Hi, I'm Ashley with DivineVibezTarot, and I had an experience today that I just had to express. I was having a coaching call with my mentor, and she had discussed some things that were happening in her life. And I asked her how she creates the line between self-care and discipline, because her point was that even though all these things are happening in her life, she still shows up because she's so passionate about her purpose and her vision. And part of me feels like I hear that, and also where is the limit of when you need to take a break, when you need to pause, when you need to slow down. And I feel like if you're watching this reading right now, you could be asking yourself that question. When do you need to take a break? When should you pause? When should you slow down? When should you take the leap? You could be questioning a career change or a relationship shift. No matter what you're considering, this is an opportunity for expansion. But I can see that it's causing you some concern. It's causing you some hesitation. Obviously anxiety. This is a shedding, right? So when you're leaving something behind, you are going to experience loss and grief. Not because, you know, you're riding by something that you think was the perfect opportunity or the best thing. Maybe this is the best thing you've ever experienced, and still you know there's more. So you have to really trust in yourself and in your higher power, whatever that is, that it's not just running away from something, it's moving to even more. You want to go towards this magnificent level, or this great expansion is what I keep hearing. And it's going to require a sense of balance, a sense of faith, but also I'm hearing renewal. There's some sort of renewal here. There's some sort of prioritizing your self-care to get you through this, because this is the biggest calling that your soul has ever answered. And there are partnerships that will be showing up along this very new path. With whenever you're watching this, with Pluto going direct today, depending on when you see this, you could be experiencing a great amount of change very drastically, whether it be in your immediate home, in your community, in your government, in the world. Like, you are going to start seeing the shifts, and it's going to be dramatic shifts. But you will always have the earth, you always have your faith, your connection to higher power, your community. So that's where you need to put your commitment and your focus. Network to create that family, that connection. Just give me 1 second. My apologies. The door was driving me kind of crazy. Okay, so let's take a deep breath before we really get into this. Please bring out the highest timeline for all people watching, the messages to step into the highest timeline, whatever it is that people are needing to hear whenever they see this. Let this be their most authentic and motivating message so that they can take the steps necessary to get where they need to go. And so it is. You could have just cut yourself or hurt your elbow, scraped your elbow. Maybe you were like road rash. Maybe you were in a motorcycle, I don't want to say accident, but yeah, like a minor accident. I see someone with some road rash here, whoever that is. I also see somebody who has recently been restoring some furniture or doing some painting, some sanding and some painting, specifically around like when there was a storm. There could have been a storm and you were trying to get the sanding done before the storm, or maybe you were sanding during a storm. Someone was definitely in some type of accident, whoever is watching this. And I'm praying for your healing, your physical healing. If you are in the hospital or you have to take some time out right now, just know that you are going to look back on this time as almost a gift. The veil is very thin right now. We are currently in Libra season. I almost said Scorpio season. So some of you could be Scorpios or have Scorpio in your big three. There's a lot here about a church or faith. You could be grappling with your faith, or there could be some kind of sign that you experience that is a tower moment that forces you to move in another direction. Whoa, not quite ready for that. The energy is pretty strong for this, whatever this situation is. It definitely forces you to let go of something. This could be a hard ending to something that you weren't expecting. I know for me, I've been getting, I've been having physical reactions to something I have not yet let go of. But it's something that I rely on. So definitely a sense of safety and comfort there. Clarify this anxiety card, please. This definitely has to do with your foundation. You are going to have to set a boundary. But there's some sort of promise of like traveling. Japan could be significant. Going to Japan or having some sort of Southeast Asian connection of some kind. Air signs here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But strong boundaries to protect your heart, to protect your new path. You're looking towards this new path and seeing that it is going to take all of your energy and focus. It is going to be challenging, but also ruled Sagittarius energy showing up here. So knowing you're going in this direction, knowing you are expanding your purpose, but going anyway. You are protected while this is happening. And this will help you to fly. It's just going to be a lot of constriction, expansion, constriction, expansion. This brings in a lot of fertility and financial abundance as well. Right now I'm seeing an upside down triangle. So you could have a support system or a system of support that you deem to be safe, like I was saying, that is upside down right now. That is not as supportive as you think it is. It could actually be holding you back, and you won't really recognize that until you get to the future and you can look back on your current situation and say like, oh, I should have done this sooner. Oh, I should have taken this sooner. I should have taken that leap. I should have pushed ahead sooner. But not that you actually should do it sooner. You will do it in the right timing, I'm hearing, but you have to, it's going to be easier than you think. I'll say that much. There could be something that whatever ends is really feels very painful, brings up a lot of grief. There's a lot that you need to say goodbye to. Jellyfish is also significant. And it's the beginning. So, and it's the beginning. Yeah, Six of Swords coming out. So moving on to something, ooh, with King of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is really nice energy. That triangle still upside down. So you are going to have the financial abundance that you're hoping for, and you could have a strong male figure, or I want to say like financially well off male figure in your life who appears to be supportive, but also is not quite in line with your purpose. So either they don't agree with it or they don't fully understand it. But there is growth there. There is still possibility there. Birds could be significant. Either you're watching birds or a bird comes, I'm hearing, comes into your house or hits your window or sits on your porch or something like that. Bird watching. The bird song is very important. Hearing that bird song in the morning. Let's go on to this Angel of Balance. Whatever this purpose is that you are embarking on is really healing your inner child. It's really providing, what's the word? Hydration. There's a sense of like being thirsty for this, being almost desperate for this energy of moving with the natural rhythms of the earth, of Mother Earth, of like a very primal sense here of growth. Could be getting a new vehicle, or your vehicle could be breaking down. Please, if you're thirsty, take a drink, because that is coming through pretty clearly. There's this like energetic exhaustion. You need some life poured into you. The Star card showing up in my mind's eye. So some sort of hydrating energy is coming into your life, whether that be this message or another. I feel like it is a physical interaction with someone. It's somebody in your life, somebody you can speak with and communicate with, who either gives you advice or builds you up or shows you how you are the Empress, shows you how fertile and abundant you already are. That really magnifies that energy, shows you love. And not necessarily in a romantic way. It could be that, but I don't see it like that. I see it more as like the one person who is going to cheer you on as you're taking these leaps and bounds. Clarify the Angel of Balance. Could be a coach, which, by the way, I'm offering one-to-one coaching. So for the Angel of Balance, you get the Queen of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Four of Swords with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Yes, you are going to have to leave some things behind that are comforting. Yes, there's a lot of unknowns, but this opens your heart and you become aware that you are now following your heart, that every step you take is aligned with your soul's purpose. This could be benefiting your children, specifically if you're a single mother. You are healing that generational trauma around father figures, around marriage, whatever that lineage issue was around men in the family or single mothers in the family. It could be that you were given this this task, this soul purpose. I don't think everyone in your family got this lesson, or not even a lesson, but just this path. You know, it's a different path. Speaking of path, this healing, this transition puts you on the temple path, which is all about engaging you with your most elevated timeline, your most this is like witnessing spirit in real time, on a daily basis, all the time. I remember driving once and thinking, I just want to know that God is out there. And as I thought that, there was a flock of, what are they? I think they're the swallows that do the murmuration where they shift in the sky. And while I was looking for this, there was this flock of sparrows and one white sparrow in the whole flock. So all of them were brown, and then there was one all white sparrow. And it just, was one of those moments. This is going to be a total ego death for you. And there could be a time where you feel very blocked from the people that you are closest to. Tower at the bottom of the deck, like I mentioned. But I think you've had ego deaths before. This is a spiritual awakening. There is somebody who is loyal to you no matter what happens, like I was saying. And this person, even when you put up your boundaries, when you're going through this challenging time, when you feel like you don't have the energetic space to allow someone into your energy or your space, this person stays loyal to you through this Tower moment. And so that when you begin again, you will have the opportunity to look at everything as it comes to you, and you're much more present. Whereas now you could be running with that, I don't know how else to say it, like a capitalist mindset where you're just go, burnout, go, burnout. This time, when you come through this level up, you will have the ability to look at things as they come, evaluate, and be much more present. Say, is this something I want in my life? Is this worth it? Does this bring me joy and happiness and fulfillment? Or is this something that is not worth my time? And then the next cards that came out were the Strength card, the Ten of Pentacles, the Sun card, and the Four of Wands. All of these people that you're likely meeting now, I don't know if you have like developed relationships with them, but you are starting to meet them. They're starting to trickle in, I'm hearing. These people are going to are part of your soul family, and they are helping you through this transition. I see a fire sign, an air sign, and an earth sign. So that's basically Capricorn, Leo is here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Lots of Leo and Capricorn. So this is really about you expanding and moving forward. Let's look at, I'm going to actually gather the cards up because I want to see if we can get some messages around this new, just around this new path that you're going on. Like, what is it exactly that you're going to be doing? This is something where you're, again, I'm getting this sense of like, you went through something really challenging, or you went through something that is like a lotus growing out of the mud. Like you went through something that was really hard, that probably caused you a lot of grief. I know for myself, I went through cancer. I went through cancer treatment right after I had my child. And then I dealt with a very abusive ex-partner. And then I quit my job to start my own business. So I know that those are all major life transitions. And so now I can do this full time. And this number, or this card, deduces to the number 11, which is a master number. It's about building. It's about growing. Look at this. Wow. With the Ace of Cups and the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. This is a soul business that you're building. This gives you all kinds of options. This gives you that energy of, I hear control. This is giving you a sense of foundation, of control, but still keeping you tapped in to your highest timeline. So you're still in contact with high frequency, high energy, people that bring high energy and high frequency. You may have like amazing neighbors, or you could have a coach who carries a high frequency, who really wants to expand your growth, who wants to see you thrive. And you may need that right now. I think you will need that mentorship as you are expanding. Because this growth is going to be exponential. It's taking you from a place of lack to everything you could ever want. But there are partnerships along the way that help you to work through these obstacles. And it's important that you take these partnerships as a gift and not as a crutch. They should not be a crutch. They shouldn't be moving the mountains for you, but they can witness you moving the mountains. I hope this is making sense. Leave a comment down below if this is resonating. Take a deep breath. Slowly look around the room and find something that looks appealing to you or feels good in your system. Allow your nervous system to relax. I am just an oracle. I am just here to see with you. You already know these things. I am just here to validate that seeing. Every day is a fresh start. What is your I am? Figure out your monthly expenses. I'm hearing that pretty clearly. And be mindful with your decisions. Slow down. Little changes, little habits make for big changes in the long run. What's that book? Atomic Habits. 10x is easier than 2x. And Amanda Francis has a book about money. I'm trying to think what that one is. So the same cards are coming out. Again, I'm seeing this person by your side, the same energy. I know there are several, but there's somebody who's kind of prominent, an air sign, that has the triangle up right now. And the triangle is the strongest shape, okay? Being with this person creates a lot of options, whether that be financial options. They help you to see things you wouldn't normally see and to feel things you wouldn't normally feel. Even when you're going through like the dark night of the soul or whatever, they're still loyal to you. They still see God in you. They still, I'm hearing like howl for you. Like you, even if they're not showing this to you, Gemini could be significant. Pisces is significant. Even if they're not directly showing this to you, you have opened something up in them that allows them to feel seen and to feel victorious and feel like they can start over and they can continue their passion. And there is going to be this justice where they tell you how much you mean to them. but it could be a while. It could be 6-8 months from now. So you have to go through this transformation. And if you are wanting some guidance while that happens, I do have readings. The experience is $100. It's not timed, but a reading experience is $100. And then I also have a Telegram community, the expansion portal, and one-to-one coaching, which is the altar. So if you would like some support, you can send me a DM. I will set up a stand store. I know I keep hearing about that. So I will set that up. And let's just close this out with another prayer. Close out this ceremony. Thank you for this time together. This is not a religious denomination. I'm not affiliated with a religion, but I do think that prayer is important to close out ceremony. Thank you for this time together and this clarity around whatever this situation is. I pray that whoever is listening, whoever is watching, was able to get the answers that they needed, get the clarity and the vision that they were looking for, that they're brought to their highest timeline, and that we are all evolving together to the highest frequencies, that love is the priority, and that we can all fulfill our soul's purpose here on earth. And so it is. Thank you, and I will see you soon.